Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Discord. Good morning, Kick. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Rumble. How is everybody today? What do we got? Blue line Z level. No, man, purple. I don't use Z levels. What was the blue line? Come on, please, somebody else tell me. Who knows what the blue line was? Big loss. Sorry to hear that, Anishian, yeah. We'll go over it. What's the blue line?
It was the low from the 6th of February.
Oh, from the 6th of February. You know better than I. Let me look. It's the wick, Man Bear Bowl, but let me see if it's the 6th of February. I'm sure this guy's right. He is. Look at this guy. Dennis, you are the man. Yes, Man Bear Bowl. It was the low from the 6th of February. Man, he knew better than I did. I'm just going to let him start talking the TA. I'm going to drop the mic at this point. I'm all done. Dennis, you go ahead and take over the show. I'm just going to start circling up stuff on here, and you just tell everybody what's going on. Very good.
Bueno. No bueno.
Very good. Very good, Dennis. Yes, Man Bear Bowl. It was the wick that we expected to recover there. And the box, right? And here's where the problem comes in at Nishian. When I put the box on here, what was the box, Dennis?
Which one?
The box that I had on here. Nishian traded that box. Sorry, I didn't hear you. What was it?
I had to close my trade from my loss.
Okay.
From the bottom of that wick down to 51, that's to the next low. Or 50, that's to the next low, isn't it?
Okay, the box that I put on here was the 0.5 of the wick that we just recovered, right, Initian? So, yeah. So, I get why you took that, right? I'm not saying you're wrong. Just a little... It's just a little tough, right? Because we close this candle, no bottom wick. I see what you're looking at. And then we came down, tapped that box, and then came up and made a top wick. The problem with that trade entry, right? The problem with the trade entry is we're already got so much down momentum that you're catching the falling knife. So the only way you can do that, and if you come over, Initian, to the live trading chat where Dennis posted that last image, just scan up, look at his image, you're going to have to take it off the 0.5. If you're going to get risky to take it there, you're going to have to take it off the 0.5, essentially expecting the flip and then trade it into the flip, because this is what's going to happen. It's going to tap there, come back up, flip, make a top wick, come back down, break the lows, and now we'll go up, flip, and this could close a bullish candle, and now we're looking for longs. Or, if it fails, looking for shorts, right? So if you want to take those 0.5s, you have to run them out of the box. You cannot wait for the candle to flip. Now, you can go down to maybe the 800 or something like that and try to find a candle flip there, maybe. But it's going to be aggressively managed, because you got to understand all it is it's a quick bump, and then you're putting it into profit and running with it, because you're taking extremely aggressive entry. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that's super, super, super aggressive. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Flip up, then in a good position. That's the problem. All right. I caught the knife and carved out a nice piece of market. Thank you for posting the level. Absolutely. And that's how Man Bear Bowl. Yeah. Man Bear Bowl catches a lot of those levels. He's super good at it. I see. I'll keep in mind for the future. Yeah. If we got strong down momentum, right? And whoever's seen me do the news, we did the same kind of thing, and I was looking for a tap here from the news, but the news didn't move us at all, so there was no movement, right? But if you see me take a news trade, which most of you haven't because it hasn't been for a long time, and I was taking this candle, and let's just say this was news, what I would have did was I would have entered as soon as it tapped that box. Boom, taps the box, and then you TP1 at, 20 ticks, put your stop into profit, and run it. You anticipate the flip, it flips, makes a high, and then flips back down, you're out. That's exactly how you play that move there. Not the easiest thing in the world, but I mean, now you got to anticipate that this tapped, people are long. What are we anticipating? Well, we got to see how this next close comes. We're still below yesterday's level. Let's see where we are, though, right? Let's see where we actually are. Is that? I don't know. I didn't look back at the... what world am I looking for here? Range. Thank you. Jeez. Don't worry, it's Friday. Let's see. Previous range, we're still in it. Still in it, but this is the same candle that played. You see this candle? Got the move down. Came in. No bottom wick, right? Bottom wick came in. Candle flipped, and we made the move up. Right? Is that what we're going to do now? There's no telling, but that's how we did last time we were in this exact same area. All off of. We probably took that. Anyway, yeah. Let's see what we're looking at now. Where's that freaking arrow? So we want to see how this candle closes, the 30-minute, right? Okay. This is an example where you have to be patient. In this week that I did not trade, I just watched and learned something more. Reviewed the basics. Thanks to the live. Beautiful, Lebonsky. Yeah. It's just really tough on when you're trying to catch these knives, or, however you want to look at it, Initian. Essentially, you're trying to catch the reversal, and that isn't, I'm not saying you can or you can't do it. It's just much tougher to catch that trade against the momentum of the down movement, unless you're going to have, a decent stop loss. So you have one of two things that you can do, right? And here was, no, I don't want to go all the way back. I believe that wick was like here, right? So your choices were to grab the 0.5 and keep your stop below the wick. I don't know exactly where it was now, but just saying, would have been about a 30-ish tick stop. So grab the 50, take the bounce there, keep your stop below the wick of the previous candle, hoping that wick holds for the move up. Or, like I said, just get in, manage aggressively, expecting the flip of the candle. So essentially, you want to be in profit. You want your stop to be in profit by the time you hit that flip, because it's going to flip. It's going to put a top wick on, but that by no means means that you're not going to come back down and break the low again, right? So those are kind of your two ways to play that. The 800 tick might have looked better. I don't know. I wasn't looking at it, unfortunately. That makes sense, I hope. Hopefully I'm explaining that correctly.
That sucks. I missed my entry because I was having to make a phone call for work.
Holy crap. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, Initian. And again, I mean, I'm not saying the idea wasn't right. I mean, even now, look at where your idea was. You know, this unfortunately was a good a good entry. Still, even now, it's just, yeah. I mean, that's the problem. It's just you're gonna have to deal with either a very large stop loss or very, very aggressive entry and exit, right?
Right.
That's going to be the problem with this position. You're gonna have to pick one or the other, or say, okay, well, you know, I'm not a big fan of these, because it is a counter trend trade, right? I know people hate to hear that, but it's a counter trend trade. So I hate to say that you're trading with everyone else, because that's tough, but a lot of people are trying to trade there because it's a counter trend trade, right? Everybody's trying to catch the knife.
Right. Well, and they're trying to sweat that liquidity, so like there's something in it, like fat kids fighting over a cupcake.
Yeah. Can you explain the 50? Lost and Voids, the 50? It's just the wick here. I saw you talking with Dennis about it this morning. This wick, it's this big wick here. So what we anticipate is a reaction at the 0.5, which is what we got. But Initian waited for the flip, which it isn't wrong per se, but here's your 50%. So let's just look at this real quick, right? Let's have fun with what we did here. Box on it. Okay, so there's your 50%. That's our box. What we'll do is we'll drop this off here so it's not so crazy. There's our box. We'll go back down to the 5 and show exactly what happened here. Right. Came down, rejected all. A lot different on the 5. Where was the open and the close of the candle? Here, so we came down, rejected off of it, and then came back down, took the wick, and then bounced back up. What are we going to do now? Probably go test that. Probably go test the wick again. I mean, if you come down here, right, and make this move, then everybody thinks that we're good. We break the highs here. Everybody thinks we're good for long at that point, right? Because this was just grab liquidity. That's how they look at it on this 5-minute chart. Is that what's going to happen? Possibly not. And then you've got the pattern traders, right? That they expect that we're going to make a double bottom here on the 5-minute. So they're expecting this move. And now we're good. Some of them are going to trade this as their breakout here of structure for their W. Some of them are going to wait for the W to go up. You know, we're not all the way up at the top, but up. Retest, continuation. So these are the areas that we're looking for, right? With your stops either below this area or below this area. Anybody that tries to actually catch this will go below there, right? So we had a reaction on that 0.5, but did it push us through here or not? What time is it? 8:26. Yeah. Got it, sort of. Well, when you come into those, you're always going to see a reaction at the 0.5. Sorry, I got into something completely different because I'm trying to figure out exactly where the 0.5 reacted, and now I'm looking at the structure now. So I'm addicted to these damn charts, man. Sorry. So let's go back to what we were talking about. So essentially, yeah, you're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? I know. Okay. So essentially what we're looking for, just like what Dennis drew up in that picture, essentially what will happen, and let's just put the 0.5 back on here. When you have a decent size wick, and normally it always gets tested at the 0.5, right? And the reason that Initian entered on this candle, which was very, very, very valid, there was no bottom wick here, right? This candle opened up, drove down, hit the 0.5, went back up, flipped the candle, and then put on a top wick. So everything that he did was, you know, actually right. There was plenty of confluences that no bottom wick. You expect the bottom wick, hit the 0.5, continued up. The only thing that I would have did differently is we got huge sell pressure. So everybody's trying to catch this knife, right? So for me, what I would have did was try to long the 0.5 if you wanted to enter there. Like Dennis, drew up on his chart. You try to long that 0.5 and then anticipate the flip of the candle. So essentially, by the time this candle flips, because there was no top wick, right, Lost and Boyds, by the time this candle flips, your stop's already in profit. And then it flipped, it made a top wick. I don't know how big the top wick was. I wasn't paying attention, unfortunately, but it came up, made a top wick of, something. I don't know, 12, 15 ticks. Who knows? And then it flipped back down, broke the lows, and what it did next was actually grab the bottom of the wick, which happens. And I mean, this is going to close more than likely some kind of ugly doji. How much time do we got left here? Yeah. So it's just indecision in this candle, right? Now what can you anticipate? We're in the same realm here. What do we anticipate now? Well, now we got to wait and see what the next candle brings, because what happened? The longs came in here. Where did Z get his bottom at for his circle? I think he said it was a pivot point. So you got to realize this structure's held, right? If you take and run your range back here, you got to understand how well this range is held right here, right? Let's just run a range on it and you'll see what I'm saying. So everybody's seeing this as an area that potentially you can long. Yeah. Okay. So for me, I don't necessarily look at it like that. And you want to know why, guys? Because look how clean this is here, our last move up. So it held, which is great. And I bet you if you pull your fib there, you'll see that that's about the 0.5, right? So the 0.5 is where these probably held on this vector. There's a vector candle right here, or a fair value gap, however you want to look at it. This is single print. So the 0.5 probably held on it. And now, I don't want to give any prediction, guys, because I don't want anybody thinking of what way it's going to go. But this is super clean here. It wouldn't surprise me if we don't come back, break the lows, push down, and put a wick on this candle. Just saying. I don't want anybody thinking, hey, we're going down. I just want to throw that out there, right? So here we are again, putting on the bottom wick with no top wick. Tough spot. Everybody's wanting a long here, though. And, you guys know my thoughts on that. Let's see what we can see here. Appreciate the breakdown. Yeah. Am I wrong in saying the 0.5 is the support level? Yeah, I mean, you can say that, man, Bear Bull. I like to think the reaction level, honestly. I hate to say support. That's a heavy, that's a heavy word, because you don't know that it's going to hold. You understand what I'm saying? Like here, right? It didn't hold what you would consider support. Does it sometimes react and then become the support from the reaction? Yeah. Why? Right. Why would it hold? Because, it's hard to explain. I mean, it's not hard to explain. It's hard for you guys to understand, I think, in a way. And the reason being, because when you do something like this, right? Okay. And you say, well, here we are. This is what traders are looking at now. So if you get a bounce from that 0.5, is it now support? Yes. Right? It is to a degree. And why is that? Because it held there. That makes sense? So, because it held there, well, now the traders are saying, okay, well, this is support. So yes, they start longing off of it. So as long as they're putting the long orders in, you're going to see, I hate to use the word support, but you're going to see it as a means of support. But where the problem comes in at, just like we always talk about, if they fail, right? If this now is a failure, well, where are their stops at? Man. So will this 0.5 hold? You know, my thought as I just looked to the left is no, I don't believe it's going to hold. Now, will it? Possibly. And I don't want to tell you one way or another, because unfortunately, until we see these orders start failing to where, and this is where this is a prime example of how the market, moves essentially. When you know that the traders are going long here, so this thing comes all the way down, traders are going long, traders are going long, traders are going long, but yet we're not making moves up into here. What does that mean? How is it that 95% of traders can currently be longing the market, but yet prices haven't went anywhere? Why is it that we haven't moved up? You understand? If people are really longing and everybody's bullish right here, right, then why aren't we going up? That's always what you guys need to ask yourself. You always got to ask, well, if this is where everybody would be long, right, and the price starts coming up here and just starts doing all these stupid things and even stalling in this area where the order should be coming in heavy, why isn't the price going up? Any of you guys that have, I explained it to G Flocke one time. It's been a year and a half ago. If anybody's ever seen the movie Lucky Number 11, right? And I'm from Kansas City. All right. So if you guys have seen this movie, if you haven't seen it, go give it a watch. Good movie. He talks about the Kansas City Shuffle. Anybody that don't know what the Kansas City Shuffle is, go look it up. Right. And that's what you have to pay attention to when you're in these markets. When everybody else is looking left, you look right. Right. At this point, there are many strategies, right? A fair value gap, order block, probably like all trying. Yep. And everybody's longing. But yet we're not going up. If all the traders are long, all it's doing is banging down, coming back up, banging down, coming back up, banging down, coming back up, then we have to start asking ourselves, millions of people are putting in long orders here. This we know because we realize how everybody trades. We understand all the strategies, but it's not pushing away. And that's what I talk about when I'm trying to say I trade reactions, not predictions. We're seeing the reaction of their orders coming in. We saw the bottom wick. We saw it come up here. We're seeing this. They're trying to win here, right? They're trying to long. Now we just have to see what happens. My opinion is they're not going to win this battle. But does that mean that I just place an order here? No, we got to see a setup and an entry. Just because we think that it's going to come and grab these stops, that doesn't mean we could just trade into it either, right? And that's where a lot of people get confused. People are like, okay, so what you're telling me is it's stalling here, and the longs are coming in, and now they're going to go run the stops. Possibly, right? But we still have to have a setup and an entry. We have to have something that shows us that we can get involved here, and we can trade into those stop losses, trade into those entries, right?
I mean, if CME will take my suggestion and just put take your sort now on the screen,
yeah, you're not asking for much, Dennis. That's that.
No. I mean, Mama wants a Bugatti, so that's a $5 million car.
Man, just now you're probably gonna be able to do that same shit and tell me where to take my short, just like last night.
I mean, I'm working on it. If you're looking at the 1 minute, I caught that big green candle for $720.
Damn.
So, like, I mean, and believe that is not trading advice, because I am the biggest goofball in this joint, I promise you. But I took that because for a reaction because it didn't close it. A tiny wick and then no wick. Now it's putting the wick on that candle.
Yeah.
And SMC traders are waiting for it to pop this low to take all those people that initially took that buy, and then it'll try and run up.
What did I say inside the chat before? I was looking for that 51. Getting close.
I mean, she's probably going to tap it. I didn't mark that the 2850 the reality has marked yet because I was going, that's probably going to be. This is probably going to be the reversal point because it's Friday, and I'm going to have to leave here because I got to pick up 2 trucks in Wilmer to go to Phoenix this weekend. The ICT traders are looking at this 1 minute candle engulfs that last down candle, they'll be in it. Like
there they came in again. Longs came in right after it took the low again. So longs have came back in. You saw how this happened, right?
Like that's not even ICT traders. That's all SMC traders.
Yep.
That's what they're looking
Yep. Yep.
So millions of people just took buys, and millions of
Yep.
people got their dreams crushed.
Yeah.
So you're still looking for the shorts all the way back down?
Well, we got.
I'm.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to hijack this thing.
No. I don't. I love everybody talking. No, I'm not currently, but yes, if we get a setup and a entry, yes, I absolutely am, right? Because I believe it blows through here. I believe it's going to come down here, pop this, and blow all the way through and recover that entire vector to the left. So, does it happen? Well, I mean, we got to have a setup and an entry to be involved anyway, but that's the whole difference with the way that I trade. Do I think that's going to happen? Yes. Am I going to short? No. I got to have set up an entry to roll with this. You're full important. Do I believe it'll go down? No. Yes. I believe they're all going to be stopped out. I believe this is going to run right through their stops. We're going to get a big red candle here. But you can't trade it just because you believe something. I mean, I can't, right? Like, if everybody else says, well, you know, I can trade it just because I believe it, that's great. But I got to see that it's actually going to be this way before just saying, hey, I'm going to take this trade. That's just my thought process here, right? Because I believe, and here's where we are right here, right? So I believe, here's what I'll just draw it up on here, right? Range right here that I believe. I believe that this right here is going to be filled all the way down to 50.5 and put a bottom wick on this candle. But we have to see an entry, you know, we have to see something come in to take advantage of this. We can't just say, okay, well, here you go. Because what will happen, first off, is you'll get into early. Timing's a lot in the market as well. And I realize people don't completely realize that, but when we're trading such a big amount of money per tick, right? Can I say it that way? You have to be in this when it moves, because when it's sitting here doing this and buys keep on coming in as they're doing here, you're going to end up getting stopped trying to short this every time. So what do you need? You need a position. You need a opportunity where you know it's going to push. Unfortunately for us, not for sure. Unfortunately, we'll have to wait and see how this plays here. But the push is probably going to happen before the close, so I'm probably not going to have a position. It wouldn't surprise. There's the push. So now what happens next? You're going to push back down to this area to put this wick on. But you see how that popped through there? Here's where we begin, right? Hey, Crown.
I couldn't find the entry on that. Yeah, no, I couldn't find the entry on that, and that's exactly my problem.
Yeah.
It's like I was waiting for something to show me, and I couldn't find it. And what did it do? It hit the exact same level I was looking for.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
damn it.
And it happens. But you have to have your setup and entry too. You have to. Good morning, PD.
Yeah.
Good morning, Dark Matter. Good morning, Ace. Sorry, guys.
The entry was the green candle that I scalped because that tapped that 21, and then it's gone down since.
Yeah, now I'm looking to see her go all the way down to 841.
And this is why you don't let me take over the stream, reality, because like I didn't call that.
And I mean, this is the whole thing. Yes, I absolutely believe that it's going to do this. The problem is where do you get involved? And I'm not trying to be funny or anything else, but I mean, it's just like Initian's trade earlier. Did his trade play out? Yes. Did he get in too early? Yes. That's why he took the stop. It wasn't because his trade idea didn't work. It was because he actually either got in too early, you know what I mean? And it's two ways you think about it. Either got in too late because he didn't just grab the initial 0.5 bounce, or he got in too early because the move came up. Timing is still a part of it. You have to know when you think this thing's going to go, and it's the building of the candles. And I can't really teach that, guys. To master something, you need 10,000 hours doing it. And as you sit here and you watch these candles build, I know when it's going to pop through there because I've just seen it too many times. They come in, longs come in, come back down, longs come in, and it just keeps on inching closer and closer to them stop losses as they keep on trying to long it. And then it'll pop through them. It's just what it does. A lot of the stoppage that you see, people like to say stalling. When it stalls, that's to show bullish divergence in these candles. They want to get everybody bullish. So when them stalls start happening, you start seeing those higher lows on your low time frames, those are stalls. Those are just inducing more longs so that the longs are good and in there, so they have plenty of orders to bang through. I mean, it's always the same thing, right? Going to 2,800?
So
could be.
You have your targets, and you know in your head that you're saying that's where I'm looking for it to go. But if you
Correct.
don't see your entry, you're not jumping.
Yep. Nope. I just stay out. And that's, I think that's the biggest thing that people have. Okay. Because here we are, we're going to tap this area, right? And we could say, all right, well, here it comes. So what just happened here? I just missed 50 ticks. I just missed 50 ticks. So I just missed $500 per contract. Did I? No. That's the problem. Because if it would have just popped down here, grabbed the bottom wick, and you entered, and it popped back up, stopped you out before coming to take this area, what'd you accomplish? Nothing. You lost whatever your stop loss is, right? So it does have to do with, you know what I mean, when you enter as well. That's why I always say it's simple. You got a setup, you got an entry, you take it. If your setup's there, check. If your entry's there, what is your entry? Flip of a candle for me, top wick, bottom wick, stop loss within my, stop loss ratio, whatever you want to say, right? Your stop loss limits. Those are my rules. If the setup's not there, the entry's not there, you know what? It's not my trade, and I don't take it. And everybody can say, well, but you missed a trade. No, I didn't miss nothing. I already told you guys. I mean, all of you that are here could have got Bitcoin for under 10K. You all could have bought it for under 10K. And now it popped up over 100K at one point in time. You missed that, guys. You missed that. So who gives a shit about this trade? You missed Bitcoin going from 10K to 100K. You weren't in that. You didn't put $100 on Bitcoin or $1,000 on Bitcoin and let it go up. So who cares? What does it matter today then? What does it matter what this trade is? It don't matter. You guys, so many people get stuck up with come to the chart and, look at this. The big dump happened and look, that was where my entry would have been and everything. So who cares? If you were sleeping, you were asleep. Got to sleep too. Who cares? You know what I mean? What things have you missed in life? Go back and think about all the things you could have took advantage of and what you missed in life. Who bought Apple? Who cares, right? There's nothing you can do. So if this trade doesn't give you the entry that you need in order to get involved, then you don't take the trade. It's not a mistrade. It's just one you weren't going to take. Didn't follow your rules. Didn't work with you. It doesn't matter. We're always going to, this market's going to be moving tomorrow. You know, if it stops right now and doesn't do shit for the rest of the day, Monday, she'll start moving again. Tuesday may give us another opportunity. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Up 106.28 for the day. 400 more for my 500 target. Beautiful Austin points. And again, did 5 contracts on a short. Beautiful PD. Nice, nice, nice. But it just is what it is, guys. And you have to start thinking about it like that. You have to start thinking, okay, this is my rules. Whatever those are. And I'm not telling you to have the same rules as me. But you need to make your rules, right? So your rules for what a proper setup is. What do I need to see to start thinking about an entry? And then you got to say, okay, rules for my entry. What do I have to have in order to have the entry? And I mean, get a post-it note, put it on the bottom of your monitor, get a whiteboard, put it up on the wall, wherever your desk is, something, write them on there. Check, check, before you ever enter. And if you entered after following those rules, then you won. It makes no difference if it hits your stop loss or not. Stop losses don't matter. Take profits don't matter, guys. None of that matters. Green day, red day, doesn't matter. As long as you consistently do the exact same thing day after day after day, you will consistently be profitable as long as your system works, right? I can't say whether your system works or not, but if you've already proved that your system works, then normally the reason you lose is because you don't stick to the system. You try to jump in here, you try to FOMO in there, you took a trade that went against what your rules were, and you took a loss. And normally it's a good loss. You've normally blown your account, you've normally done something, and then you ask yourself, I don't understand, I've taken all this time, I've learned all these things, and yet I can't be profitable. You have to be consistent. You have to. You always have to. So that's why missing the trade doesn't matter to me, Crown.
I'm her.
Oh no, I'm listening. I've been taking notes. This has been a big help for me being consistent over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, and that's everything. If your system's decent and you stay consistent, then it's not about today. That's where people get so confused. People say, okay, well, I need to make X today. I'm not telling you not to have that goal. I'm telling you not to live by that goal. Live by the process. Don't live by the money that you need to make. The money is just a byproduct of your success. That's it. You have to be consistent. Oh, the money will come. If you're consistent, it comes.
I'm trying to do that thing where I still have that goal in mind, but even if I don't actually hit it on the first trade, it's like just chill and wait for another one to set up. And if it does, maybe you can just get closer and closer to it by day end. Yep.
I mean, that's the whole thing, because if you trade, right, then your next 100 trades, your next 6 months of trades, whatever the case may be, if you trade consistently and do exactly what it is that your rules state you have to do, in 6 months, you should profit. 100 trades, you should be profitable. That's the whole thing. But what happens is guys get in the red right now. Awesome, boys. I'm not gonna say that this is what you did, but here's what I see a lot of times. And I mean, you can agree with me, don't agree with me, it doesn't matter. But what happens is a guy gets in the red today. Everybody's happy when they're in the green. Today we're in the green. Our trade's in the green, whatever the case may be. But when they get in the red, well, I don't prefer to accept that. So instead of sticking to the rules, sticking to the plan, what we're going to do is we're going to chase because we're in the red. Not going to work. It's not going to work. You're just going to, spiral into blowing your account or losing even more money. It's not going to work. It doesn't matter if you finish in the red today. Who cares? You think this is going to be the last day that you ever finish in the red? You got to start accepting those things. You got to start accepting that you can take a loss. Does it suck? Sure, it sucks. The more consistent you get, the less it'll happen. You work for a week, and this is what everybody does. This is why Fridays are so great. You work for the week and you take green all week long. Then what happens next? Friday comes, you start, taken a couple bad trades or the market goes against you, and then what do? You got in the red and you're like, oh shit, I've got to get back green. And then you lose every single thing that you worked all week for. All the rules that you followed, the whole process that you did correctly, everything that you did right, stayed consistent, to Friday to piss it away. For what? Why would you do that? What would be the point? Take the loss. If you start feeling, hey, I got to get this loss back, shut the damn computer, walk away. Go spend some time with the family, your friends, something. Get away from the damn thing. There's no point. Because I promise you, you'll be pissed off all weekend after you take that loss on Friday. That's exactly what the market wants you to do. They want you to be pissed off all weekend so that you come back trying to revenge on Monday, start going your way, and you start saying, oh, great. This is perfect. Yeah, I got this now, just to piss it away next Friday.
It's insanity. Do the same thing over and over again. Expect results.
Yes, exactly.
That's what they make value for.
Yep, add more contracts and lose trade, trying to be right. PD, yeah. And a lot of people do that too. And again, if that's part of your system, great. I'm not here to tell you whether you should, DCA in or add in or leverage in. A lot of people like to call it different things. I'm not saying that's not how you should do it. If that's how your trade system works, then by all means. But you can't do it just because you're in the red. It's never going to work. Now, if you have a reason and your entry, like, say I'd taken an entry, right? And this could be either way. Say I've taken an entry and we got a down wick, got an up wick, you got the flip, you enter, the trade goes down, doesn't quite hit TP, comes back up. Now I'm in the red. Next candle comes in, puts in a top wick and flips. Absolutely, I'll take another position there. So I'll take a position into the red, but that's only because my setup and entry are there again. So if I wasn't in the current trade I was in, would you take the trade? If your answer is yes, if you weren't in the current trade that you're in and you would take another trade, then I don't see anything wrong with adding there if that is comfortable for you, right? If it's not, don't do it. I'm not telling you, you have to do that by any means. I'm saying if you feel comfortable with the risk, by all means, if you have another setup and entry, why not? But if you're just doing it because, oh my gosh, I'm $500 down and I need to get my money back, so I'm going to add another position, it won't end well. It just won't end well, guys. Let's delete all of this so everybody's not like, what in the hell you got on your chart? That was just to show, and we're going to go take that wick off that we got to the left here. So there's the wick that we filled. This all makes sense to you guys, right? So now that we filled this wick, just as we, or put the wick on, however you want to look at it, just as we thought. Well, now what do we got? Well, we still got a clean candle. Did it delete? Oh, there we go. Now we still got a clean candle down here. Do we anticipate that she closes back in range? Possibly, right? She closed back in this range. So essentially this is the range that we were trading in prior to this, right? So can we close back in this range, trade this range again? Obviously we can. Do I anticipate that? No, I don't. Doesn't mean it can't happen. Just not my anticipation. We already put the wick on. I expect we'd probably close above the range. All right, let me see. Are the 0, 0, or 0.5 and 1 the only fib levels you care about? Those are the only fib levels I care about, Loss and Voids. And the 0 and the 1, the only reason they're there is so I can see the complete wick. So it's nothing different than what Dennis had. See what Dennis did, right, was he took this box, he ran a box, whoops. He ran a box, and then he just went into his settings and did the 0.5 middle line right there. That's all he did. He threw the middle line on it, and now it's the same as using your fib, because now it's the middle spot of the wick that you're on. So for me, the only reason that I have fibs that are the 1 and the 0 is because that's the top and the bottom of the wick. It's just so I can see it. So that's it. But if you want to use the boxes, by all means, there's nothing wrong with doing that either. And you can extend it like I do with my range if you wanted. So like my range, let's just go into those settings. If you want to extend it, you could do it this way. I've got extend left, extend right, then you just throw a middle line in it, right? Change it to whatever color you want. That'll give you your 0.5 just the same. Yeah. So just whatever you prefer. But that's how he's getting the 0.5. It's the same thing.
If you really want to cook your noodle, I use the tool for standard deviation for targets too.
Standard deviation, your VWAP?
No. I use my fib tool. I have one set for standard deviations too.
Oh, I gotcha.
When if you're looking at the 1 minute, if it breaks up, you take that last down move before it broke up, and I have a standard deviation set, so it'll show me the minus 0.1, the minus 1, the minus 2.5, and that's usually a good target level.
Yeah.
And it works like a charm.
That makes sense.
If you get used to using it, like here's my problem. Like trying to catch. Okay, so if I'm expecting this reversal, I'll try and catch the high first, and slice my hands all to hell, and then I have to make it all back when it starts. Yeah. So then I'm only making $100 where I should have been at 1,000.
Yeah.
That's where I'm working on, because I'm consistently into early and taking loss first, and then having make it back. So like that.
Pay attention, Dennis, and I don't know if it'll help you, Dennis, but pay attention to the candles, how the candles actually move. Like just sit here and pay attention to exactly how the candles. I know it's boring. It's not boring to me. I've told other people this, and they're like, I can't just sit here and watch tick up, tick down, tick up, tick down. If you can't do it, I get it. But if you can sit here and pay attention to the candles and actually spend some time, you'll start noticing when these candles are going to move. I know that sounds really, really, really crazy. And
no, that makes perfect sense, because that's what I did last night with Crown.
Okay, beautiful.
When I called that trade, like it was since I've started looking at the 30-minute, I'm noticing it a lot, because I'm seeing how the 30 minutes moving, and I have the 1 minute pulled up, so I'm watching how that plays with the 30. It's pulling everything into focus very well. It's
beautiful.
And I realize that I am, like, again, don't let me take over the stream. I'm just saying.
Did you hear that, guys? Dennis said he wants to take over the stream. All I heard was "let me take over the stream." I didn't hear the word that he said before that. He cut out. I heard let him take over the stream.
Yes, I want to take over. I want to take over the spring. Of a hot variety like up in Arkansas.
Hold on. You might be able to get a wise guy position.
Absolutely. Flip up, dark matter. Yeah, it should flip up.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
My fault. If I'm going to be made, I'm going to be like Joe Pesci. I'm going to walk in and get popped on the plastic. Like, I want to be a wise guy.
Oh, geez.
What was that again about going through the drive-through?
Exactly.
17. Flip up. We've got that area up top, though. I mean, it could continue to push dark matter. It's tough just to grab this right here. Now, if you have a reason, you have an entry, by all means, I wouldn't just be taking this flip just because. But can it go up here? Yeah, absolutely. We've already put the wick on. It's already up as much as 27 ticks. So if you did take it, be chasing that stop, manage it, because if you were that aggressive at jumping in, I'd definitely be that aggressive about exiting as well, right? And you guys got to think about that too. If you take a super aggressive entry, make sure you manage it aggressively. If you take a super conservative entry, you could probably hold it for a bit, and that's one of those things too. You might not have to stay so tight on it, but if you're taking one of these entries to where this thing's banging down like this, and you're trying to catch this thing, you should already be out of this position. If you took it, just saying, because it can easily now come back down, break these lows, and continue our way down because we closed inside the range to the left. So there's no reason to believe currently that that's not the top wick to drive down. How's it going to? Again, you're at a coin flip position right now, right? So if you were just trying to trade the top wick, it's done. You did it. You made it. Beautiful. But you want to be out of it and see where your next position is, in my opinion. Now, if you hold it and you keep a stop loss, you know, good and loose down here somewhere at the bottom of that range, by all means. I don't have I can't keep stop losses like that, me personally. Right? That is a ton when you're using minis. Just saying. And I expect to re-break those lows. We didn't make it to the 0.5 of that range yet.
This is a prime example of ICT concepts fail. By the way.
Yeah, that's Friday. Like I said, if you want to trade with the traders, consider doing so on Mondays. If you want to fade them, consider doing so on Fridays. Again, it may not be 100% all the time, but just an idea for you, right?
I mean, it's setting up for a really nice TGIF play.
Yeah.
Which, for those of y'all that don't know what that is, like that's a legit setup on Fridays. You look at the weekly candle, you put your fibs on, you put a 20 and 30%, so 0.2, 0.3, and you take the trade back to the 20 to 30% because that's leaving the wick on the candle. And it works. I mean, fib it out and watch, but it works. Like I've watched it. I've taken it a few times. Again, obviously, I'm not the guy to follow, but like I know that it works. It's not like I was telling Crown last night. I was joking. I can't wait to tell reality tomorrow. See, I mashed your concepts and ICT concepts together and killed that damn trade.
Works. Like I said, that's my whole point here. My whole point here is to show up every day. You know, work on you guys' mindset, because normally that's one of the biggest issues, and just give you insights as to how the market moves, right? And if you can take that and apply your own things to it, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Absolutely amazing. That's perfect. I mean, that's my whole thing. So
my biggest problem is I've spent a year learning ICT and I can't unsee it now. So I'm sitting there staring at it going, oh shit. And then I add in, okay, well, what's the reality of this thing? And it's working out.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn into my own. I'm gonna have to start a damn channel. It's gonna turn into my own damn thing.
There you go.
I'm about to come up with some names.
Yep.
It was a $1,600 play off of a flip that he had called out last night. That was pretty cool. I was like, damn, I should have taken it on my real account.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Just tape read the whole damn thing. Like that made me feel good last night. I think that was a very good session just to be watching it. Like this, it should go right to here and then tap out, and it sure as hell did. So I marked it on there so I could show you. But I mean, I didn't take that trade.
Yeah.
Because if I did, I wouldn't be here. That would have been $1,600. Okay, I'm done. All I could hear was the old man from Christmas Vacation. It's a Butte clock. Hey, Crown, if you want, man, I'll see if Holly's game, and she can come over there, and when she hears you, whip the shit out of you until you get it right.
Oh my jeez.
I mean, I appreciate that and all, but I'm trying not to lose any more money.
Well, I learned that the trick is you just don't sigh like you fucked up.
Does it count if I lose it on my sim account instead? Because I can throw up the losses I got on that.
Wow, dude, no. You won't be able to walk for a week, bro. If I lost what you lost, I did. Never mind. Shh, don't tell the wife.
Oh my jeez.
All right.
And a scalp to 28.54. Nice.
Here comes your silver country. ICT traders are hitting the buy button right now.
All right. Show her the losses that I got and see what she wants to do.
Babe, you want to see this? You want to see this?
Beautiful, PD. Good luck. Good luck.
He's got a 714, then a 2232, and then a 97. Did you hear her?
Nah, I missed that.
She said, "Now I got to whip you." Have any of y'all ever watched the movie Red Fox and Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Della Reese?
I don't think I've seen that one.
So it's set in the 20s, right, in Harlem, and Della Reese she manages the brothel.
Yeah.
And Eddie Murphy gives her shit. He's like, either you or your girl's got a problem with arithmetic. So she takes him outside and she's whipping Eddie Murphy's ass. I mean, she's just going. He gets up and he picks up a lid from a metal garbage can and fucking smacks this chick. And she's like, "Oh, now you want to hit garbage cans? Now I got to cut you." Like, never seen it, dude. That is a great '90s flick. Like, but it's got all of the black greats from like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Red Fox, Arsenio Hall. Like it was a good movie.
Yeah, Harlem Nights, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. I did see that. I couldn't hear what you said when you clicked out, but PD said Harlem Nights. Yeah, I saw that. Fake news. What's fake news? Fake news coming in now? PD? I don't think so. I don't think we got no more news.
2, 4, 6. I'd be a grand up if I took that damn SP trade. I didn't want to risk like this. No, it needs a 5-minute break of structure before I start looking for. Well, matter of fact, a 15-minute would be nice before I start looking for longs on this, because like it's been down so hard. It's not.
Yeah. I expected to go back up because we already put the wick on, but how far? You know, you had no bottom wick on this candle. To the most part, it's like 9 ticks, so it's not a ton. And when you came in and broke the low and flipped, you kind of expect it. But with this down movement, I wasn't going to just jump in. We gotta actually find a spot. Now, if shorts start coming in here somewhere, which probably could happen because on a 5, it's probably looking pretty rangy now. Not too bad. You're just up. Huh.
On the one, you got a double tap, that 44.3, like 1 tick off, and then it's popped up. Like if you're a 1 minute player and you use the 8 and 21, it signaled that buy or like that. I mean, it's a good buy, but I mean, keep that stop tight and get it in profit ASAP. Because like I picked up
yeah,
which was surprising.
Yeah.
Well, on the 4 hour, it blew through the 200 too. So like she's definitely screaming. She's going down. She's like a Motley Crue song.
Yeah. Well, here's your actual downtrend on the 5, right? Came down, came up. We're probably going to hit the 0.5 of the move here, which is where that wick came down to in the beginning. So it's structured just the same. So we'll probably tap there and then come down some more. Is that what you're seeing too, Ace, as your VWAP essentially? Sitting right on. I bet it taps up here and then comes down some. I mean, not something to trade, guys. That's not, by no means this is what I'm talking about. I'm just saying that's where your next move should probably be. We should see it come down, and then we'll see if she tests the bottom and if she holds or makes a higher low.
Yeah, there's okay, so if you, the 5 minute, that gap that on that the previous 5 minute candle, if that wick holds, that's the silver bullet move too. Like they look at it, okay, 1 minute because you're trying to catch it early. If you miss it, you look at the 5 minute, and then that's the gap they'll look forward to enter more long.
Yeah.
So, like, you'll see more longs enter there. Like, whether they get crushed or not, who knows. But
see, I'd like to see a 0.5 of that, because that puts the wick on this candle. So I'd like to see it come up, get the 0.5 of that wick, and then reject. That's what I prefer to see here. Just a wick above, but close below on your 0.5 for the move back down, right? So that would induce them long, is what you're saying here.
yeah, if it comes back down to the 2850.5 line right there,
yeah,
that's gonna be them entering long. So because it's breaking right here. When it comes back down into that gap, they're going to be taking that as a long entry. And coincidentally, that might line up with the 21 EMA too on the 1 minute.
See, I like the tap here and then the rejection is what I like right there. I'll be honest with you. If it taps this right here and then rejection comes back down, that's just how I expect it to move. So, yeah, that makes sense. TP hit. Good job. Good job. Very good, PD. We didn't put a wick on that candle, did we? We just tested the
I got to leave here in 2 hours. I got to pack the truck and get ready. So I'm going to get off of here.
All right. Have a good one, man.
Happy with it, and
yeah,
I'll be back on VC on the voice when I'm driving later today. But
okay,
y'all have a great day, and thanks, Reality. I appreciate you, man.
Yep, absolutely. Appreciate you showing up. Have a good one.
Take it easy, Dennis.
Later.
All right, let's get all this stuff out of here because we're going to move off back to the 30, guys. Watch it. All right. Candles always tell the story. I agree with you there, PD. Didn't get the best entry, but got 20 ticks. Very nice. Ace. Very beautiful. What I like to hear.
Any chance you could pop over to AQ and tell me what you see?
Madness, I would imagine. Just tapped a level that I had.
30-minute candles was crazy.
Yeah, just tapped a level I had. I don't know.
Write it on there.
I don't know why I had that there, but it's playing right within this range that I had probably forever ago. So I'd trade it off this range if it were me. Breaks above.
Yeah, I have this.
Trade it up, breaks below, trade below, and then you could trade it within these if you prefer. But these are levels from eons ago because I haven't did TA on NQ in probably, I don't know, 6-8 months, I would say. I don't know. You'd know better than me, probably.
These levels are probably from all the way back around November.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me any.
Yeah. I'm like, I just recently had to go back and look them up, and Paul was helping me yesterday trying to find levels. And when I was telling him what I was looking for, he just went back, grabbed a couple of levels, and NQ and ES were just dropping straight to them. I was like, damn.
Yeah. All right, Initian. Have a great weekend, man. Next week's a new week. Have a good one. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you, I think we're pretty much done for the next few hours. I don't know about you guys, but I assume it's probably going to run pretty sideways for the next few hours. I mean, our 10:30 close is going to give us nothing, and I normally shut down at 11 anyway. So does anybody have any questions? I'm probably going to go ahead and pull the stream and close down for the day. Anything? Nothing. Yeah, have a great weekend, Ace. Appreciate you showing up, man. Crown, alright. Have a great weekend, man. I appreciate you showing up. Lost of Voids. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you, Mr. Y. Lebonsky. Have a great weekend, man. Appreciate you showing up. PD. Have a great weekend. Appreciate you showing up. I just don't think much is going to happen. We got 10 minutes to close. This is going to be a sideways candle. Next candle is probably going to be an inside bar. If anything else happens, good for it. But I bet you it's an inside bar, so we're going to see nothing for the next hour close either. Just because the move was so much. Now, if that plays different, you guys already know what to do. So, if anybody has any questions, they can hit me in the server. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. And as always, stay consistent out there.